Nasty work. Kevin Stefanski, you have got to go. It's as simple as that. Time is up, bro. You got to go. We have Browns offensive lineman Wyatt Teller exposing again Kevin Stefanski lying about player injuries. He lied about Wyatt Teller's injury just so that he could bench him. He's not happy about it. And Wyatt Teller also exposed some things about the entire Shedeur Sanders situation and how it just wasn't fair. We have to get into all of it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification and hype the video. Let's get right into what Browns offensive lineman who's leaving now because Kevin Stefanski lied about his injury when this man said himself, I am not injured, I am not hurt. He said it himself. I showed y'all the footage of Ken Carman and all these other Cleveland Browns media members going in on this situation about the leadership, the coaching staff being liars for the Browns. Let's get into it.
I've been talking to my agent about being ruled out this week. I mean, I was so focused on the season, I haven't been talking to my agent about that. Usually I focus on the ball and let him focus on that. So, but yeah, no, it's like I said, it's a frustrating ending. So, it's gonna be a hard sell, but hopefully I find a home.
Does it feel?
And that you heard him say it's going to be a hard sell, but hopefully I find a home. Why is it going to be a hard sell? Because they sat this man game after game after game after game and didn't let him play when he wasn't injured and kept saying he was injured. And now he was trying to play because he does not have any guaranteed deal go after this season. And that is why he kept calling them out for lying about his injuries. That's Wyatt Teller saying it himself. It's going to be a hard sell now because they sat me saying I'm injured when I wasn't injured. So not only did I not play, now other teams are going to think I've been hurt this whole time, and it's not true. Kevin Stefanski has got to go. Let's take a listen to what he had to say about Shedeur Sanders being the future at the quarterback position.
Contract. So I would say still here, but you never know how, like I said, you never know how an offseason shakes out. I'm, as much as I love Shedeur and, I focus on where I view his life, I'm focused on mine and my family. So there's a lot that, we all have to, going into this offseason, experience, like, someone said, Ethan, Jack, Joel, me, a lot of us. So there's a lot of uncertainty and change, so it's going to be crazy.
He knows Shedeur's in a bad situation with Kevin Stefanski being there. He knows it. He's a prime example of we talk about Shedeur Sanders being sabotaged. Wyatt Teller's career was sabotaged with what Kevin Stefanski did. He sat this man and lied about him being injured. It's crazy work, man. Let's get into we had Ross Tucker and some of the guys on Afternoon Drive talking about if Shedeur Sanders has done enough to guarantee himself the starting quarterback position for the next season. Let's get into it.
You think that Kevin Stefanski will be the head coach for the Browns in 2026?
Ooh, that is a tough. I feel like it's rare this time of year, kind of be on the fence. I guess I would lean no if I had to pick one or the other. I do think that this game against the Bengals could impact that, honestly, for both coaches. For Kevin Stefanski and for Zach Taylor, a particularly good or bad showing. And I know it's, people are going to say, that's so dumb. It just comes down to one game. It's not coming down to just one game. But if you're on the fence one way or the other with both these guys, this is how decisions in life are made a lot. This final performance, the last appearance, could be what puts them over the edge one way or the other.
We had a report today from Jeremy Fowler. He was saying that Mike McDaniel would be a candidate for the Browns job if both teams end up making a change. What do you think the reaction would be from Browns fans if it in fact does go that direction?
I don't know. You tell me. What would the reaction be? I don't know that. Yeah, go ahead.
The early returns when people just kind of floated this trial balloon out there, Ross, was met with a lot of meh and a lot of this is basically another version of Stefanski.
Yeah, I guess my question would be, what has McDaniel done to give anyone in Cleveland any confidence that he's better than Stefanski?
I don't think we can sell you on this.
No, that one doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, the guy that he totally tied his career to, and he's all in on Tua, he basically decided 2 weeks ago, okay, I'm done with him. Those guys were tied at the hip. They were thick as thieves. They realized that their professional fates were tied with each other, and he basically, I guess, to try to secure his position there in Miami, kind of, threw Tua under the bus, so to speak. And that's what it felt like with that decision. And maybe Tua deserved to get back.
Yeah, I'm not big. I like Mike McDaniel as an offensive coordinator. I don't know about him as a head coach. I don't think he's a leader of men. I don't think he can galvanize the troops. I'm not sold on Mike McDaniel as a head coach, but love him as a play caller and an OC.
Benched or whatever, and all that stuff is fine. But it just seems to me like there was a very specific reason why he did that, sort of a last-ditch effort to say, I'm good, Tua's not, I should still be here. I'm not the reason why we haven't won as many games as we needed to the last couple of years.
On the line is Odyssey NFL insider Ross Tucker. Insider calls brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. See, we got it.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. I do what I can. All right, so let's get to it then. When it comes down to it, we've also had Cleveland.com, Ashley Bastock, who was a guest with us earlier, said that Jim Schwartz, the Browns defensive coordinator, would like to be a head coach again. He's 59. The Browns also really like Tommy Rees. Do you look at promoting from within if they move on from Stefanski as a potential option for this team?
That's interesting. I'm not as opposed to that as other people are. I think sometimes people look at it and say, how could you do that? I mean, all he was the coordinator for them. That doesn't make any sense. I don't really look at it that way. Ultimately, if you really feel strongly about Tommy Rees, there's a reason why he's been getting some of the interviews he's been getting, with other head coaching opportunities. And I think most people believe that Tommy Rees will be a head coach, probably by the time he's 40 somewhere. I don't know if it's, Power 4 or in the NFL. Jim Schwartz would be a little bit of a tougher sell probably. And I like Jim Schwartz, but he's had an opportunity already. And I would also say, I know they were awesome against the Steelers on Sunday, but I was a little disappointed in how the Browns defense has performed in some of these games down the stretch.
Yeah, the defense has been hit or miss down the stretch. They've given up some points, but overall for the season, this defense has been the foundation. This defense has been reliable. This defense has been put in tough situations time and time again. I think Jim Schwartz is one of the best D coordinators in the league, and he's doing an awesome job. Whatever coach is coaching next year, I think it would be smart of them, especially if it's an offensive guy that comes in like a Mike McDaniel, give Jim Schwartz a call and say, hey, man, I'm going to stay out of your business. I want you to keep doing what you're doing on that defensive side of the ball. But overall, Wyatt Teller exposing Kevin Stefanski again, man. It's nasty work. This should be his last week of work because he should be fired after Sunday. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. This is Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel.